Cheap
What?
seats,
Oh, yeah.
43, Bryce. 43. This is
43.
you and me in this episode, buddy.
Yeah,
Uh,
didn't know about. I thought we were doing it Wednesday last week, or else it would have been on.
well, it
Not
is
gonna
what
lie.
it is. Yeah. But
Completely screwed the pooch on that one.
eh, that'll happen. But it's a holiday season.
True.
As you can
Very true.
see, I mean, you can't see from Discord, but I have a nice Christmas tree set up here to my left. My spot has been replaced by a Christmas tree, but this week's a little weird once again. It was supposed to be an in-person episode this time, so I apologize for it not being an in-person episode. But I had some family stuff come up health-wise, and then also I had some issues with the mixer. I just figured out too before we started recording, so I'm recording off a USB again. But don't want to bore people with audio talk, so we're just gonna dive right into it. So Bryce, how was Thanksgiving for you?
It was pretty good. Pretty good. It went a lot smoother than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, I would say it always goes quick though, right?
Oh, fuck yeah! That 4-day weekend went by too fast.
You have off Friday.
Yeah, I took Friday off, so
Oh, there
we
you
had
go.
a long weekend.
Well, you went back home, didn't you?
Yeah, I went way up north.
There you go. Enjoy your Thanksgiving dinner.
Of course, I messed up some green bean casserole, dude.
Did you, dude? The one thing I was missing at my Thanksgiving was green bean casserole. No one made any. I was pretty
No
disappointed.
shot.
I know.
Dude, that's like a staple. You gotta have turkey ham or ham, turkey or ham. We had both this year.
Ham's definitely better.
Turkey.
We have both too.
Oh yeah, yeah. So turkey or ham, whoever's preference.
Yeah.
Green bean casserole. Gotta have rolls. Okay, gotta have
Yeah. Gotta
rolls.
have the rolls.
Mashed potatoes and stuffing. That's like the ground basics.
Right. I
And then you gotta have pumpkin pie for dessert.
yes, sir. I smashed my Thanksgiving dinner. I almost died eating my Thanksgiving dinner.
What, did you choke on some turkey bone or what?
Oh yeah, I fixed a nice plate, went sat down at the dinner table, and then I had a nice assortment of things. I had a big heap of stuffing on there, so I was so hungry. I was just thinking about Thanksgiving dinner all day that I just dug into there. I had a big heap of stuffing on my fork, put it down my gullet. Didn't necessarily chew as much as I should have. And then you swallow it, you go down, it's like, ooh, that's kind of staying there. And then you're sitting there, you're just like kind of trying to fake that you're okay, and you're like heavily breathing, like so I had to like get up.
Oh shit.
I knew it wasn't going down, so I had to like get up, go to the bathroom, dude. I stood in there, I'm like hunched over the mirror, fucking fucking dying. And then
Then why didn't you just drink water?
I didn't have a water with me at the time. I didn't grab a drink, and I was at my grandparents' house, so I didn't know where the water was. So, dude, in the bathroom, I don't know if this is too much information, but I had to like hawk up my food in the
Oh
toilet, and then I
Christ.
went to go sit back down, and I started feeling it again, and then I finally asked, like, "Do you got a water?" And I finally went and grabbed the water and washed it down, but I was that close to dying at Thanksgiving dinner.
Jesus Christ. That's the first thing I would have done. I would have got up, went to the sink, and just got sink water just to hork it down. It could
Yeah,
be
that's
Flint. It could be Flint sink water. As long as it's getting down and through, I'm fine.
I definitely didn't eat the rest of my meal as fast though. I finished all of it, but I decided to slow down after that, rightfully so.
Probably a good idea, yeah.
Yeah, maybe I won't die. That'll always be a good idea. But
Yeah.
another positive thing that happened on Thanksgiving. This is my chance to kind of parade lap here about this, but dude,
I know
Jordan
what
Love
you're talking about.
balled out against the Lions. He had three passing touchdowns, and a game where no one really expected the Packers to win. Like, let's
No,
be honest.
all of us bet it out. We already
We pretty
lost
much
them.
counted out against them. Yeah.
Why would we bet on them again?
And the defense was very good too. Rashawn Gary had like 3 sacks. He caused Jared Goff to fumble like 3 times.
Yeah.
Uh, it
We
was
had
just a
that like fumble six, scoop and
yeah,
score.
Jonathan Owens scooped it up and scored. So I was very happy about that game. But I just wanna I just want the whole world to know that this podcast they believe in Jordan Love in the times where people are saying like mid-October where he wasn't playing that well, people are like, "Oh, bench him for Clifford." What the fuck are you talking about? Bench him for
We're
Sean
not putting
Clifford?
Clifford the big red dog in.
Yeah, like you got to trust the process. You know, it's going to take a bit for him to be good, but these last like 3 weeks, even against the Steelers in that game, like sure he threw 2 picks, kind of wasn't his fault. Like, I mean, that sounds like a culp of being like, oh, that's not his fault. Like, I'm trying to cover for him, but it wasn't. I mean, one
Yeah,
of them was a tipped interception. The other one was at the end of the game where you have to score a touchdown, and it didn't
yeah,
come through. But
oh, yeah,
he looked very good. That's what I will say. So,
indeed.
do you have any other takeaways from that Packers game?
Um, Not well. I got something that I mean, Christian Watson actually used his frame. Well, we kept
Oh,
talking
you're
about it,
right. Yeah,
how
that
he
first
didn't use
play.
his body, and then the next like week after that, he jumps up, goes gets the ball. I'm like, holy shit, where's this bastard been all weekend?
Right.
Been all year, you know?
Must have listened to that episode of him trashing us for not using his frame. He went up there and he got that throw like immediately. And you could even
Oh
argue that
yeah,
was a little underthrown by Love, but
oh
Watson went up there and got it. It was impressive.
oh yeah,
So, no doubt,
better than
very
ask,
happy
better than
about
that.
that. So, Packers had the opportunity to kind of run the table this year. That's what I'm saying. They could win out, but we'll see. We'll get into that later once we get to the pick 'em. But
Oh yeah,
next up, Cowboys continue to win and they beat the Commanders. I mean, what do you know? Cowboys just continue to be good. Dak Prescott, I know he gets a lot of hate, but he's kind of playing like an MVP candidate, and I'm not even gonna lie.
yes. I think people just hate on the Cowboys in general because it's the Cowboys, and every year they say the same thing. This is our
100% right.
year, and I think that's why everybody gets so much hate.
Yeah,
Gives
I
them so
agree
much
with you in
hate.
that.
But yeah,
I don't even
I
like
wouldn't.
consider
I
myself
wouldn't.
to be like a big Cowboys hater at all or anything, but there's a lot of people out
No.
there that do. They bag on them
Oh
like
yeah.
hardcore.
Like I could give less of a rat's ass if the Cowboys do good or bad. They're the Cowboys. I don't really care. They're not
Yeah.
like. But it's like good that they're. It's good for them that they're doing good. But it's like, how long is it gonna last?
Right. I wonder if that's a generational thing where like, the Cowboys were really good in the 90s, but obviously you or me weren't around for the 90s, so like
No,
I don't
you and
really
me
feel
were
that
still in
same
our
type of
dad's
disdain.
balls.
Right. So I feel like it's one of those deals where the older generation dislikes the Cowboys a lot, but like the newer generation, I feel like it's just kind of a meme to bag on the Cowboys and like really kind of go after them for everything when in reality, I mean, they're pretty good. So I'm not even gonna lie about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh Black Friday football, it was the Jets and the Dolphins. Dolphins pretty much stomped the Jets. How do you feel
Shocker.
about football being on a Black Friday? I felt like it kind of sucked, honestly.
It was very weird.
Very weird.
Um, the games that were played were pretty shitty.
Hmm.
You know, like
Yeah,
there weren't
Jets and
no prime.
Dolphins is not an insane matchup to watch.
No, I mean, I guess it's nice if you got Tyreek Hill or Tua on your team and you want to see him put up big points. But
Yeah.
other than
I
that, it wasn't very.
I was very sad after that game because I was like debating all day whether or not to start Garrett Wilson because I was like, there's no way he does good. He has Tim Boyle at quarterback, and he's playing a defense that's going to have Jalen Ramsey lined up across from him the whole game. And
Yeah,
he scored a garbage time touchdown at the end of the game, and I was so pissed, dude. He had 17. I should have started him.
I
He did
should have
better than
started Christian
Charbonnet.
Watson. You know,
Yeah, I
I
would
had
have.
him on my bench with 20 points. But like everyone's saying, who would have thought out of all weeks against the Lions, who we already lost to, he would have picked his ass back up? Like, you know?
Yeah, I don't blame you for not starting Christian Watson at all. I mean, I probably would have been in the same position where I'm like, ooh, against the Lions, I don't know about starting Christian Watson, but
Yeah.
not wrong though. But yeah, I mean, I don't like the concept of football on Black Friday. At least me personally. I wish
I mean, it was cool because there's actually something like watch
I,
on TV.
well, I had to work that day too, and like having football on at like 2 p.m. Central is like on a Friday. It's just weird to me. So I'd rather have it if you're gonna do it, put it at night. Put it like a 7 p.m. game. and then I'd
Yeah,
probably
I
be
was to
okay
say,
with it. But
I think the majority of people, I think the reason they did that is like, oh yeah, people are gonna go out early, and then for Black Friday shopping, they're gonna get done. They're
yeah,
gonna be like, oh yeah, that's right, there's football on, and then I think they were trying to get that audience
I think so.
for the people that like took the Friday after Thanksgiving off, which is I feel like it's a good majority of Americans.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
would I would agree with that.
I think that's what their target audience was, where it's like, yeah, we'll get the guys who don't want to do shit the rest of the night, just
Right.
want to watch football, eat a leftover Thanksgiving sandwich, and be done with it.
Right.
You know?
I Another thing about the Jets too, I don't know if you saw today, but Aaron Rodgers got they opened his 21-day practice window, so he's off the IR now and he's eligible to return this year, which is insane. Like I think I saw
Shocking.
79 days removed from an Achilles injury. He's
Yeah.
eligible to play. So that's insane. If he comes back, like that's even just impressive enough. So
Yeah.
we'll see
Even
what the
as a backup.
yeah, like we'll see what the Jets do, but that's just insane to think about that he can like come back from an Achilles injury that quick. So it's exciting. We'll see what happens. I don't think the Jets are going to really be in contention at the end of
Oh
the
no.
season, but it is what it is. Let's see here. We got after the Steelers fired Matt Canada, their offense waked up. They finally threw for over, or not threw, they had over 400 yards of total offense. But, like, honestly, man, Kenny Pickett, not the guy on the Steelers. Not the guy. I don't think he's the guy.
No.
They got to get rid of him. He
No.
has kind of a weak arm, not going to lie. Like, he's not a huge talent. I think they fell in love with the whole. He went to college at Pittsburgh. So, and then if you don't know, the Steelers and the Pittsburgh Panthers share a facility that's like split into two wings. So and they play in the same home stadium. So I think they fell in love with the whole hometown kid love story, and it's just not paying off. I think they got to go quarterback here sometime soon, and probably get rid of
Well,
Pickett.
what year is this for him?
Uh, Year three, 2 or 3.
No, he's still young yet.
He's young. He's got a lot of time, but I don't
I
know.
mean,
I'm just
I'd
not
say,
impressed.
oh no, but I'd say give him maybe another year, 2 years tops. 2 years would be pushing it. If he's not pumping out better numbers in 2 years, get rid of him.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they do have a pretty good defense that they can rely on, but when you have no offense, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah,
So it's gonna be an interesting one to kind of follow. Uh let's go with Broncos top the Browns. DTR injured. Dorian Thompson Robinson injured on a big hit by Baron Browning. Did you see the clip of Baron
I,
Browning hitting DTR when he was passing? He
I
got
did not know. Did he get leveled?
yeah, I got called for roughing the passer. I mean, it was kind of a controversial one just because they're saying because Baron Browning left his feet and hit Dorian Thompson Robinson that it should have been roughing the passer. And it got
Mm-hmm.
called, and then Dorian Thompson Robinson went to the sideline. He had like blood dripping down his face or like
Yeah.
from his nose and lip and all that shit. But I don't know. I don't agree with the call. And then I put it out on a lot of platforms and see what people think. And the reviews are pretty split, but there is a lot of people saying they don't agree with the call. They agree that the NFL is soft, like we talked about. You weren't here last week, but we talked about a lot about the NFL being softer.
Did you see what I sent to the group chat today
What was it?
about the camera guy who got fired for holding the phone that Tyreek Hill did his backflip with?
Oh no, I didn't see that. Really? He got fired?
Yeah, there's a kid. He was like worked his way up from like doing nothing all the way up to like working in the NFL as like a camera dude.
I think I've heard
And
about that guy.
yeah, and like Tyreek Hill, I don't know. I didn't read into it a whole bunch, but I don't know if he gave Tyreek Hill his phone or if Tyreek Hill told him to hold the phone, like
Yeah.
get ready for it, like a touchdown's coming or something,
Yeah.
so he could do the backflip. But he got fired, and Tyreek Hill made he didn't. He said, "I would say something, but I don't. I would get fined for it."
Wow. That's unbelievable, man. The NFL really is a no fun league. That's
Yeah, it
bullshit.
sucks ass. Like, it's a backflip. It's harmless. We're not. It's not like this is like the 30s. Like,
Right.
oh, it has to be in this order and this. Da, da, da. It's 2023. Fucking let loose a little bit, you tightwads.
Yeah, right. And, the NFL had the whole celebration thing for a while where they like banned any cool celebrations and then they allowed it. But now you're like bitching about people doing backflips. Who cares?
Yeah,
People in today's NFL are more showmen than like ever before. And they're more flashy than ever before. And like I'm okay with that. Some people get upset about that and be
yeah,
like, everyone they want everyone to just be like Barry Sanders and hand the fucking ball off to the ref after you score a touchdown to do nothing. But these guys work really hard to get in the NFL. It's not necessarily easy. I can live with them celebrating in the end zone as long as it's not harming anyone else. So
yeah.
I don't agree with people bitching about people celebrating big or doing backflips or anything like that or anything excessive, as they say. It's the NFL, man. And if you want
I was
ratings,
gonna say,
you got to do the big stuff.
the people that are bitching about it are the people that aren't on the field.
Right.
Like if you're on
Exactly.
the field, you'd be doing shit like that too. The only
Exactly.
person I can think of that doesn't do that shit or didn't do that shit and never would be Barry Sanders.
Yeah,
That's because he
exactly.
literally he's like he's if I don't know if you watched the Amazon Prime documentary on him, but he's like,
I haven't
I
yet.
played football. I played football from when the ball was snapped. As soon as I got in the end zone, I'd had them like that was it. Job was over. I didn't need to do any celebrations. I saw it as my job, and I did my job, and I didn't do anything like super extraordinary after that. I worked as hard as I could, and at the end of the play, that was it.
There. And that Barry Sanders is a class act, I must say.
He is
Uh,
true fact, yes.
but not everyone's going to be that type, and allow people to celebrate. But I do respect Barry Sanders for like being that way, just because no one really is. So
Mm-hmm.
really depends on how you want to look at it. But I'm not going to get bent out of shape over it. So
No, no.
all right. Then probably the game of the year that happened was Eagles versus Bills. And boy, was that insane. Came down to a Jalen Hurts rushing it in for a touchdown. Final score is
No,
like 37-34.
nuts.
Bills
Absolutely
can't catch a break.
wrong.
They really can't.
No. I
Like,
saw a hot take today. It said Josh Allen is just a less shittier version of Cam Newton because he can
I did
actually
see that.
throw or something.
Yeah, it was something like that. Or I forget what it said exactly, but it was like trashing Josh Allen. I don't know if I would have trashed Josh Allen, but I get
Yeah, it
where they're
was like
coming from.
NFL hot takes or something.
Yeah. So that game was insane though. I mean, there was a lot of like questionable calls they say against the Bills that like maybe favored the Eagles. So
Yeah.
but everyone's gonna find a reason to bitch and complain about whatever, so I don't
Oh
think it's
yeah,
that
all the
big
time.
of a deal. It's football. It is what it is, man. But so yeah, I mean that was a pretty good game. Moving on then. The Ravens versus the Chargers on Sunday Night Football was quite the matchup, and I have to say, I know you're not happy about Gus Edwards' poor performance, but Zay Flowers is the truth for the Ravens, man. They got to utilize that guy more in the offense.
They got to utilize Gus Edwards more.
I mean, they give him goal
Like,
line carries like every game, except for last
or they'll
game.
give
But
him goal line. Like, yeah, there was like plenty of times. Like, give him one, just one.
yeah, but
That's all I need.
Zay Flowers is such a dynamic athlete. I mean, you put him out there and he can make yards after the catch. He's athletic enough to make these acrobatic catches, and he really is a weapon. Like, sure, he's a little undersized, but he's an athlete that needs to be utilized more in that offense, especially when you got in that wide receiver core. You have an old Odell Beckham Jr. I mean, that guy's kind of out of his prime, for being
That's
honest.
it. It's weird considering that he's old already.
Yeah,
Him and like Derrick Henry and
isn't that
Alvin
weird?
Kamara, like they're like past their prime.
This felt like
Or
these
like,
guys were in their second year of the league or some shit.
yeah, it's like really they're that old already. What the fuck?
That'll make
And
you
I
feel
clearly
old.
there's sometimes I remember like, oh shit, Marshawn Lynch is gone, Julian
Right.
Edelman, like Gronk. Well, I know about Gronk. Everyone knows about Gronk, but like
Yeah.
it just it goes to show how quick it all moves. It's like there and gone in the snap of an eye.
Just like that, man. It's insane that like how quick people move through their career. But yeah, but like you got to utilize Zay Flowers more. I mean, the Ravens legit team. They could definitely use him. So
Oh yeah.
I want your opinion on this. Josh Dobbs showed us kind of his true colors versus the Bears through 4 INTs. Some of them weren't necessarily his fault, but what's your opinion on Josh Dobbs? Do you think he kind of keeps the momentum going of playing well, or do you think he's kind of just like Ryan Fitzpatrick, where he has like 1 to 2 good games starting out and then kind of goes shit after, or what?
Well, I think now the Bears defense historically has been pretty okay. They've been all right. They haven't been anything special. They're not
Yeah,
dead last.
they've been playing well
Um,
lately, I will say.
yeah, they've been getting better as the years gone on. But I feel like since it's such a big rivalry game, I feel like there's a little bit more pressure on him. I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just going off of what I think could possibly fuck with him. You know,
I get you. Yeah,
like it's you versus the Bears. Like everyone in the NFC North is like button heads all the time.
right.
Like it's I don't even know how to explain. It's just different compared to the rest of the like rest of the NFL. You
Yeah,
know,
I get
and
you on that.
I think because he is still new. How many weeks has he been there? Like a month. He's been there. What? Like something like that, right?
Yeah, I think it's got to be like just about a month because it wasn't that long
Just
ago that he
under, just
signed with them,
over a month, somewhere around there.
that he got traded there. It wasn't that long ago.
I mean, I think he just had one rough game. Like I don't think he's Ryan Fitzpatrick kind of,
Yeah,
like you said.
agree with
I
you on that.
think he's gonna have one oddball game against I saw a statistic. He doesn't win on Monday night games. It was a Monday night or a night game, not Monday night. It was a night game. He doesn't
Oh,
win
I
night
saw.
games.
Yeah, primetime games. He's like 0-5 or something.
Yeah, 0-4, 0-5 now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't
So
know if he's just got more pressure on it because I don't know. I mean, I didn't see him. It didn't look like he played terrible. And how many picks were like? Because there was the one that was like tipped, right?
I believe so. I didn't get to watch all the game. I was kind of flipping between that and something else, but
Damn.
I remember seeing the one to Jalen Johnson where he just kind of read it wrong. I mean, he didn't really see Jalen Johnson. It was a corner route by the wide receiver, and he kind of thought that Jalen Johnson was going to stay with the underlying slant, but he bit on that
Yeah.
corner. He backed up and he picked it off. So, but there's another play where Jalen Johnson should have had an interception, but I don't know. It just wasn't a great showing for Josh Dobbs, and I'm sure he can bounce back, but
I
kind of has some questions when you're a Vikings fan about that.
I mean,
So
you know what I think? I think he let one bat. I think he kind of got a domino effect or snowball effect.
yeah,
Like once one thing went wrong, it knocked over another thing. It like messes with your head and it just keeps going and going and going until you can't do it. I think
I
he's
get you there.
I think he's just got to figure out how to fix his mistakes on the field
Yeah,
and not just keep making mistakes. You know?
I agree with you. So we'll see how he does. Uh,
Yeah. Lots of
last
season left.
last thing for NFL news, then we'll head to our break for a second here. Panthers fire Frank Reich, their head coach. They fire QB coach Josh McCown, and they fire their running back coach Deuce Staley. David Tepper, owner of the Panthers, is cleaning house, man, and I would too if I was 1-10 right now. So
I feel like it's been a lot of cleaning houses with teams this year.
yeah, I mean the way it is with the modern NFL now too is it's so quick to jump on getting rid of guys right away and making
Oh
these
yeah.
very quick assumptions on things where maybe they should allow this a little more time to pan out, but I can't be for certain on if it was going to work out or not. But I mean, 1-10, yikes. But how are you supposed to really build a culture if you got guys coming in and out of the building nonstop, like a
Yeah.
fucking revolving door? So
Yeah.
questionable choice, but I would like to hear what the audience would think on that. So we'll see what people think. But yeah. We're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna check the audio, and then we're gonna roll into a few pieces of NCAA news. We got the blind ranking coming up, and then we got the pick'em to close it out. So we will be right back. All right, we are back from break. we got
Yep.
some NCAA news to dive into. Bryce,
Yes, sir.
the game of the fucking year. Ohio State versus Michigan, man. Michigan beats them. What's your reaction?
Fuck you, Ohio. That's the three-peat, baby.
Three-peat, three-peat. Tell them boys,
Back to
that's
back to back. We own your bitch ass.
Lake Corum, 2 touchdowns too, man. He had a game.
Fuck yes. Goddamn animal. You see the one where he went 6-5
Yeah, for
after,
Zach's
after
enter.
Zach got injured?
That
He's like,
was
that one's for you, big dog.
that was awesome. And
I
this was
knew.
like the closest game of the last three. It finished
Oh
like
yeah.
30-24, and
Yeah.
Ohio State was driving down the field at the end, but Kyle McCord threw an awful pick, and
Oh yeah.
Minnesota just made a good,
I mean,
or
it
not
was
Minnesota,
great for
Michigan
us.
made a great play on it. So, yeah, I mean, got to be happy about that, Bryce, right?
All I know is I knew that after Blake Corum ran that touchdown in, it was game over. Michigan was winning that game.
Had to be,
After
yeah.
Zach Zinter got injured, I knew I could sense the energy from where I was watching this game from. I was like, it's over.
Isn't
Job's
that great?
finished.
Nothing better than like watching a team go out and win for their colleague who's injured. So,
I'm
pretty
definitely
sweet.
buying some Michigan Ohio State slander shirts when my next
I
paycheck
think you
comes in.
should. That would be
I'm
dope.
buying one. I'm buying the No Nut November one from Barstool.
Oh yeah, the one you showed me.
Yeah, I'm buying that one, and I'm gonna buy at least one or two from U of M Nation. They're
There you
like
go.
their fan page. So
That'd be dope. Yeah. Might as well. If you're up, if you got the last three on them right now, then time to talk some shit. I mean,
oh
maybe
yeah,
Ohio State ain't all that. And Ryan
right.
Day might get fired from what
Dog
I
shit.
heard, just because he can't beat top five opponents. You know, full transparency, I've said this before, but like I'm newer to college football this year. Like this is the first year I've really gotten into it, and it's just so crazy to think that a guy who can like be the coach of Ohio State, take them to like they go undefeated almost every year. Win like they don't win national championships, but they get like
Hmm.
into the college football playoff every year. It's so crazy to think
Yeah,
that and just because you keep losing to Michigan every year that you could be fired, but that's how much of a rivalry it is, man. That's how
I
the
was to say
culture is.
it's been going back since before our grandparents were born, dude.
Exactly.
Like
It's an insane rivalry. It's probably the best in American sports. It's up there.
I think I saw it was like an average of 19.1 million people watching the game,
Holy moly. Yeah.
and
It's no
then it
joke.
peaked at like 22.5 million
Jesus. That's
for
insane.
one game.
Right.
One game in America.
Yeah. So now the college football playoffs, the four top four they got right now before the conference championship games is Georgia at 1, Michigan at 2, Washington at 3, and then
And
FSU
Florida
at
State at
4.
4. Yep.
Yep. So I think Michigan has a pretty good shot to stay in the top four. I mean, I think they're a lock to be top four. So
Oh yeah, there's no doubt.
I think they hold on to that 2 seed, assuming they beat Iowa. I mean, Iowa shouldn't really be that much of a
Iowa,
challenge.
we're beating them fucking bastards. They're down the chute.
The way it is with like the Big Ten East and the Big Ten West is so lopsided that like it doesn't matter. And that whole proportion is going to be flipped next year once all these other teams from the West Coast come into the Big Ten. So it'll be
Yeah,
insane. But
it's
yeah,
gonna be weird
speaking
next
of
year.
that, last bit of NCAA news. Apparently, the Pac-12, as a conference, is allowing Oregon State and Washington State to be a two-man conference in 2024 and 2025. So there's a chance the
Why?
Pac-12 stays alive. I don't know. They're they want to hold on to it, I guess. I mean, I thought this was going to be the last year of the Pac-12, but if they really go through with this whole two-man conference thing, that's going to be insane. You
It
know
is
what
gonna
the
be nuts.
conference championship is going to be every year,
Yeah. Even then, it's like, why is there gonna be a conference championship then? Like that's just like here's the trophy. Whoever wins more games, here's your trophy.
right?
Like,
And are they just going to play non-conference games the whole year, or because
yeah.
they're not going to have them just play over and over and over again?
Oh, hey
So
Mark, how's it going?
yeah,
You
here's
know, they're just
fucking
be like, oh, hey man, how's the girlfriend?
yeah,
Ah, man, same shit. I just played you guys last week.
yeah. They're going to play like they're gonna have 2 non-conference games at the start, then they're just gonna have 10 consecutive games of fucking Oregon State versus Washington State, and then it's gonna alternate places. Be like, "Oh, come over to my place this weekend. Oh, I'll come over to your
Yeah,
place
we're
the
gonna
next weekend."
crash to your place on Saturday, dude.
Yeah, I was like, "I was just up here 2 weeks ago." It's weird. So, I don't know what they're gonna do. I'm sure they might add teams if they do decide to stay a conference, but I think eventually, Oregon State and Washington State will probably move to bigger conferences. They might move to the Big 12 or Big 10, so
Yeah.
we'll see how that works out. Uh, yeah, then into the blind ranking. We
Already,
have
eh?
a little bit of a throwback here. It's what we did when we first brought in the blind ranking. 5 college team names, mascots, and I want you to go ahead and rank these. So
Oh.
first off, we have Aggies. Now you can rank these on depending how good it is, or how intimidating, or how good of a quality team name you think it is. So where do you think Aggies goes 5?
Um, Aggies is such a classic.
It is.
You know,
Full transparency, I don't
I
think I know
feel
what an Aggie exactly is, but
I don't know either.
that's where
I'm
it's
gonna
where it's
Google it.
kind of
What
hard to
is an
place.
Aggie?
What's that?
Uh, nothing. No, I was gonna say I'm gonna Google it quick, but nothing's coming up on my computer.
Huh.
Um, but you know what? I'm gonna go to safe pick. I'm gonna go 3 on that one because
Right. Right down the
I feel
middle.
like it's safe. Right down the split, because it can be
Yeah.
either way.
All
It's a
right.
safe name. It's classic. It can go middle.
That works for me. Uh then shout out YBR Sports on TikTok, his favorite team, the Gamecocks. How do you feel about the Gamecocks, Bryce?
It's a funny name, man. It's fucking funny. Is there? You gotta let me know. Is there like one dog shit name in here?
Uh maybe one or two. I mean, I don't think any of them are insanely awful, but it really depends
Uh,
on your perspective.
I don't know, man. Um,
Gamecocks, tough pick.
it. I mean, they got a nice logo.
They do.
It's South Carolina though.
Name's kind of dumb.
Yeah, yeah, South Carolina Gamecocks. But
I don't exactly know why it's called a Gamecock. I mean, there's a
I don't know
rooster
either.
in their logo, but
I don't know either. Um,
please educate
I'll go
us, world.
4. I'll go
4?
4
Okay.
on that. Yeah,
All right,
it's
next
kind
up.
of funky.
Now bear with me here. This one
Uh
is
oh.
the miners, like pickaxe mining, not like underage
Yeah,
miners.
yeah, yeah.
Figured you would probably know that one. I know
I do.
if we had Mason or Dalton in here, someone who aren't as familiar with college football, they probably would have thought I was talking about like underage miners.
No, yeah, that's fair. But where I'm from, the that word comes in a lot.
Yeah. This one does
Under,
this one has a little bit of significance to you, doesn't it?
yeah, a little bit, a little bit.
Well, this one is the
Uh,
UTEP miners.
yeah, University of Texas El Paso, right?
Yes, sir.
Damn, I'm good. Um, didn't they just get blown out by Liberty this weekend?
They must have because I saw Liberty's like 13-0 right now.
Damn.
Just keep
Um,
winning.
well, I don't want to go 2, but I also shit. I'll put them at 5 just
5.
because it's common
All right, you
for
got
me.
one and two left
You
here.
know? Yeah. So
So
we'll see.
next one, this applies to like multiple schools. Multiple schools have this name.
Yeah.
Two of them I can think right off the top of my head, but the Wolf Pack without an S. How do you feel about the Wolf Pack?
I mean, it's pretty hard, honestly.
I think
Are we talking
that's
about North Carolina?
yeah. NC State and Nevada are both the Wolf
All right,
Pack.
North Carolina State. My bad.
I think
Um,
that's up there.
yeah, I'll put that. Jarrett, you gotta tell me. You can't tell me the last one.
Can't tell you the
'Cause
last one.
then that'd be like cheating. Fuck. Is it a dog shit name? Am I gonna get mad?
Uh, well, you have 1 and 2 left. I don't know if it's a dog shit name, but the only hint I will give you is it also doesn't have an S at the end of it.
Fuck. That's anything.
Yeah, but I can't make it too obvious.
Fair enough. Um, I'll go two with it. Fuck it.
2. All right. And then the
What's
Cardinal.
my number one? What?
Cardinal. Stanford Cardinal.
Stanford Car. Oh shit! I wish I would have won two on that one. Fuck.
Yeah.
God
Personally, I
damn
don't
it.
think it's a good name, but
No.
that's just me.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty.
Named after the color, not the animal.
Yeah, which is weird.
It is very weird.
I
But,
will say I do like their logo with the pine tree on there.
yeah, that is cool.
Yeah. So
Well, that's your
well,
number 1, huh?
not my best pick 'em
Oh shit. I think
or
uh
blind ranking.
I think knowing the ranking, I probably would have put Wolfpack 1,
Yeah,
Aggies 2, Miners 3, Gamecocks 4, Cardinals or Cardinal 5.
that's what I wish I would have went.
Yeah, but oh, in hindsight, you know what they say, hindsight's 2020. So
Yeah,
we'll move on to that, or move on from that. Maybe we'll ask the guys next week too about that one. But we'll move into week 13's pick 'em. To recap what happened last week, everything was pretty good in the pick 'em last week, Bryce. Everything was pretty good. Uh, I
yeah. I'm
went
still pissed I didn't get my pick 'em.
right. I went 13-3. I was
Damn.
yeah, I was 102 and 67, or Jesus Christ, I'm 102 and 62 overall. I got a 62.1%. Mason went 11 and 5. He is 71 and 70. Holy shit, 71 and 65. I can't speak for some reason.
That's all right.
And he's at a 52.2%. Bryce, you did not pick last week. You were 75 and 57 overall with a 56.8%, pretty respectable. Uh Dalton did the worst last week, but he also finished with a 10 and 6, so that's not too shabby at all.
No.
54 and 34 overall with a 61.3%, so he's right on my heels. And then Nick went 11 and 5 last week. He is 40 and 32 overall with a 55.5% overall, or fucking percentage. So we'll move into the games. I need to get them pulled up on
Here
the
we go.
computer
Here we
here.
go. Yeah.
And then I also need
Oh,
to pop this up so you don't disappear. Here we go. Okay. So, first game is a Thursday night game. The Seahawks are wearing their blue throwbacks that Bryce notoriously does not like.
I
And
don't mind the jersey. I don't like the helmet. The helmet's just gay to me.
fair enough, fair enough. And they're playing at the Cowboys. So, who are we feeling there?
Oh, Cowboys
Yeah, I'm feeling Cowboys
at
too.
home. At home, Dak Prescott. Feel like he's getting a lot of hate, like we said earlier.
Right.
He is gonna shit on the Sea Chickens.
I probably agree with you there. I think the Cowboys keep rolling, and the Seahawks didn't look that good against the Niners last week, so
No, they look pretty bad.
that's enough for me. Then Sunday, Colts play at the Titans. Jonathan Taylor out for 2 to 3 weeks. I just figured that out, and I scooped up Zach Moss in fantasy, and I got lucky. So I got the handcuff. But
Oof.
ooh, I think I'm still going Colts, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, they've been good. They've been really good lately.
Shit. I mean,
Titans
the
are
only
coming
thing
off a win.
that is the Titans are.
Yeah, they're coming off a win. They beat the Panthers last week.
Talk
Maybe not that impressive.
about a charity case.
Right.
Um, I'm gonna say I'm just gonna go with the Colts on this one too.
All right.
Fuck it.
Then next up, we have the Chargers at the Patriots. I'm thinking Chargers.
Ooh. Chargers? Oh yeah, all day.
Patriots keep losing, dude. I mean, they're gonna be one of the worst teams in the league. So
Do you think
I don't
they're
know what to
actually gonna
do there.
fire Bill Belichick?
You know, I feel like everyone's saying firing. I feel like it's gonna be more of a mutual parting of ways,
As I
just to
say,
kind of
he's got him how many Super Bowls now?
yeah, just kind of to
You
save some
know,
face there. He's a legendary coach for your organization, and if you want to move on, I feel like he's going to be mutual about it, and the franchise doesn't necessarily want to trash him too much when he leaves. So
No, he'll be like, you know what? I understand. You know
yeah,
what? I did my time. You know, I brought fame to, Patriots to New England. I got
yep,
myself a couple Super Bowl rings. Well, more than a couple.
he
What
did a
more could a
damn
man
good
ask
job.
for?
He did a
Yep.
damn good job. So I don't think
And it's better to
you can
leave
be
out on a
disappointed.
high note.
Right. So next up, then we got Detroit at the Saints. I think Detroit bounces back this week. Saints are
Oh
down a
yeah.
lot of people, so I'm definitely going Detroit. You going Detroit too?
Yes, me as well.
All right. Then we got Atlanta at New York. The Jets.
I'm
I
going
think I'm
Falcons.
going. Yeah, I think I'm going Falcons too. I mean, Ritter played okay. And the Jets, if they're starting Tim Boyle again, ooh, they're not going to be good. So
Rough.
I feel all right with the Falcons there. Next up, we got Cardinals at Pittsburgh at the Steelers. This is a Super Bowl rematch from a while ago.
Hmm.
I forget what number Super Bowl, but it is one. I'm probably going.
I think I'm gonna go I mean, not Cardinals, Steelers.
I think if
They're
you're
at
going
home.
Steelers,
Yeah.
I see. I'm kind of torn here. I think I'm gonna go. I'll go Cardinals for the competitive interest here. I feel like they could maybe do decent, so I'll go with the Cardinals.
Um,
Uh,
Jarrett, it was Super Bowl. I don't know how to read Roman numerals. I not off the top of my head. It's XL3, like XL 1 2 3.
oh,
Like
43 then. Yeah.
yeah, 43. I'm stupid, but
All right,
I couldn't
yeah.
think of it off the top of my head, but it
Steelers
was
won that
27
Super
to
Bowl, right?
23. Uh Carton, oh yeah, Steelers beat them, yeah.
'Cause
27 to 23.
that's one where Santonio Holmes had like that insane touchdown catch in the back of the end zone. I kind of
Yep,
remember
game
that.
winning touchdown.
Yeah. Uh, then Dolphins at the Commanders. I have the Dolphins here. I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
Oh yeah, it's Dolphins. You
Yeah.
know,
Then we got Denver red hot 5 game winning streak, taking on the Houston Texans. So
as much as I hate Cameron, I really don't want my pick'em record to fail, but I also do want to say fuck you, Cameron. So
ooh,
I'm still gonna say fuck you, Cameron, and I'm gonna pick the Browns anyways. But still, fuck you.
gonna pick the Broncos. I think I'm gonna go with man, this is a tough one because you don't want to pick against the team that's like on a hot winning streak. But the Texans were so close to winning last week. I don't know if you saw,
Yeah.
but
Well, and it's C.J. Stroud.
yeah,
You
they
know?
lost because of a missed field goal. It bounced off the crossbar and came back. And I'm probably gonna. I think I'm going with Texans in that one. I feel like C.J. Stroud can do it for them, and it's at home for Houston, so I think maybe that plays a little bit of a advantage. So
Yeah.
then let's scroll down here. We're gonna have the Cardinals, or not Cardinals, excuse me, the Carolina Panthers taking on the Buccaneers.
At the Buccaneers.
I think
I'm gonna go
Buccaneers.
Bucks. Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say Bucks. This is a stupid easy pick.
Panthers just keep losing, and I don't see it stopping anytime soon. They might be on 1-16 watch, if I'm
Yeah.
being real with you. So next
Yeah.
up,
It's ugly.
Cleveland at the Rams. Who are we thinking here?
I'm gonna go Rams. Honestly, home field advantage.
I'd agree with you. I think
Not much else
Stafford
to be
being
said.
back is huge. It's home
Yeah,
field advantage.
Stafford's back.
And I'm not sure the severity of DTR's injury. I think it was a concussion. So I don't know if he's going to come back for the Browns this week, but they'll have PJ Walker at quarterback. Uh, Browns have a really good defense, but it's going to be hard to stop the Rams when they have Kyron Williams, who had a big game coming back. They have Puka
Puka
Nakua. They have
Nacua.
Cooper Cup.
Yeah,
So
they got a whole bunch. They got an arsenal.
yeah, I feel pretty confident about the Rams there. So
Same.
next up, this one NFC Championship rematch from last year, and this one's our Hard Count Heroes game of the week. The San Francisco 49ers come into Philadelphia and take on the Eagles at the Link. Who are you thinking here?
This is definitely. Is this our game of the week?
Yeah, this is the game of the week right here.
This is nuts. This is gonna be an insane game. It's either gonna be super high scoring or super low scoring. It's gonna be a test of San Fran's defense
Yeah.
and, well, I guess the Eagles' defense too. But
Eagles got the better of them in the NFC Championship, but the Niners also had a bunch of quarterback injuries in that game.
yeah,
Man,
I I think Purdy can do it again. I'm gonna go with the Niners.
you go with the Niners?
I have faith. I
I
feel like
think
he's got revenge running through his veins.
that's fair. Yeah. I think you can't really go wrong with either one here. I think
No, I feel like it's a 50-50 split,
man,
honestly.
I want to pick the Niners, but I'm not going to bet against the Eagles. I think they can get it done. I think they do it once again. Just duked it out with Buffalo, and even though Buffalo might not be as good of a team this year, but I'll go with Jalen Hurts. I'll go with the Eagles. I feel like they can keep the ground game going and they'll be productive. So, all
Fair
right,
enough.
next one. This is what I was talking about earlier, where I was saying the Packers could maybe run the table.
Hmm.
They got the Chiefs coming into Lambeau Field. Travis Kelsey, Patrick Mahomes coming to Lambeau Field, facing Jordan Love. Jordan Love looked really good last week. Now, I can't say we're gonna win this game, but it is a winnable game, is what I will say.
It is very well. If we play the way we played against the Lions, we should have no problem at all beating the Chiefs.
And this might be the most important game of the regular season for the Packers, considering after this is pretty smooth sailing on the schedule. I think they have the Giants, the Buccaneers, the Panthers, the
Yeah,
Vikings one more time, and then the Bears too. And I might be missing a team in there, but if you can win this game, you set yourself up for a pretty big opportunity to get into the postseason. So man, it's just going to be tough, though. I'm not going to pick against Patrick Mahomes in this game. As much as I want to believe in the Packers, but I believe in the Packers against the Steelers and multiple times before, and look where that got me in the pick 'em. So I think we got to continue the tradition, Bryce, of picking against the Packers to hopefully set up a W.
I was just say that's what I'm doing. I'm picking against the Packers to set up a W
Yeah,
because we all three of us did it last week.
worked out, worked
It
out
all
a
worked.
okay.
Well, I didn't because I wasn't there, but
Well, it worked last week. We all picked the Lions, and then we were all wrong about that. And then the week before, we all picked the Chargers, and we were wrong about that. So I think we're going Chiefs here.
yeah,
Here you
gonna
go,
keep it rolling. We are single-handedly the reason why the Packers suck this year because we've been
100%.
betting on them. We've
Yeah.
been betting on them. That's why.
Just can't pick them anymore, even though probably like in the next coming weeks we're gonna end up picking them because they're gonna play bad teams.
Yep.
But we'll see.
Then we're gonna fuck ourselves.
Right. They're gonna free fall. But then we got the last game of the week, Monday Night Football. The Bengals with Jake Browning, no Joe Burrow, taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm taking Jaguars, man. Without Burrow, the Bengals are almost nothing.
The Bengals are broken without Burrow.
Yeah. So
So I'm gonna go with you as well and pick the Jaguars.
there you go. That's the Week 13 pick'em in the books.
That's all it
I might
is.
ask Dalton for his picks for the graphic, or I can ask Mason for his picks for the graphic too. But you got our picks on the show. So,
Yep.
uh, before we say goodbye today, I'd like to say that a big thank you to Doorborn once again. I brought it up in last episode. I'm going to bring it up again because they did just a great job. They made us some sick coasters. It's got their logo on the bottom corner. It's got our logo on the top here. If you don't know what Doorborn is a Door County lifestyle clothing brand offering originally designed quality clothing and performance wear made for those who love Door County by those who know the place best. Learn more about Doorborn and shop online at doorborn.com. And also follow them on Instagram and Facebook at door_born. And then, like I said, they made us some sick coasters. I like the gear they got. I think if you are someone who's familiar with the area, and even if you're not, I think they're definitely worth taking a look at because they got some cool stuff. They have one
Yeah.
crew neck. Well, if I can get the little thing up there, they have one crew neck that kind of has like a boat on the back, and then the skeleton in the boat. So I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Cheap Seats 43. Thanks to Bryce for showing up, and yeah, we'll see you next week.